Hold the line. Unless you tell me you are, I'm going to stand it. I've just told you.
UKIP pledges to detain and deport the illegal migrants.
Hold a minute. So you're neutral, are you?
Yeah, we were just here to have a conversation to document the day.
Sure, yeah.
Basically we cover... And I say, we take our country back!
Okay, so I know this all looks a little bit crazy right now, so let me give you some context. Today, we follow the events that happened in Nottingham, as Nick Tenconi, the leader of UKIP, set up a protest calling for mass deportations. This was met with a counter-protest who say that they want to welcome in refugees and that people on the other side are racist and fascist. Join me as we speak to both sides and document the day.
What does today mean to you?
Well, I'm appalled, obviously, that UKIP are on our streets. Far-right party who push racism and hatred, particularly against refugees, and we want to say to them, you're not welcome here.
We're just fed up with the boats, really. Just don't seem right. The hotels and that. People on the streets of every city, it just don't seem right.
Well, I think people are sick or tired of the two-party system, and this reflects that. Obviously, UKIP is not what it used to be. It's still relatively quite a small party, but the turnout really shows that people want change, and they're sick of the same replastered Conservative or Labour Party.
I believe UKIP to be an openly fascist party.
What do you think is the most fascist about his party? What is it that he does that you think?
The following, I don't know much about the detail, but the following to be a main nationalist and racist line. Racism disunites people. Nationalism disunites people. That's why I belong to a union. We unite people.
So halfway through my first interview on the counter-protest, we experienced an unpleasant individual.
I heard some people shouting about not wanting to have illegals in their country. How do you feel about that?
I draw the conclusion they're referring to asylum seekers as illegals. There's no such thing as an illegal asylum seeker. An asylum seeker is legally entitled to claim Geneva Rights Convention. To actually, I mean, there are people maybe who've overstayed the visa.
Yeah.
Technically, the government might then describe them as illegal, but I would still fully support their rights to claim on appeal. Many asylum seekers fail at the first instance, but win their appeal. They're calling them illegal is a call to racists, really, to stir up hatred against, asylum people who are escaping persecution or torture.
Yeah. So as far as like people who come across obviously you were saying about how there's no such thing as...
So you're neutral, are you?
Yeah, we were just here to have a conversation to document the day. Basically we cover what's happening.
I'll leave it there.
So
anyway.
am I not allowed to be a neutral?
I'll leave it there.
Excuse me, sir, am I not allowed to be a neutral? Am I not allowed to just document the day as it happens?
So as you can see, this man here seems to be against unbiased reporting. How he goes about behaving is completely childish. If I had to guess, I'd say he's at least double my age, but clearly hasn't gained any wisdom with that age.
In terms of obviously calling for deportations today, who do you think should be deported? What should be the criteria be?
The boat people, predominantly, and anyone who doesn't accept our way of life and our law, regardless of what colour they are or any of that.
I think anyone who doesn't integrate into British society or anyone who wants to harm our society, no matter whether they're from here, whether they're born here or not, they should be deported because we don't want harm coming to our country.
Well, anyone on MI5 terrorists watch this, all we have to understand is, of course, we want to treat everyone as humanely as possible, but these people don't want to treat us humanely. Anyone that has committed any sort of crime against any women and children, they need to be gone immediately.
We need to deport the people that don't belong here.
And who doesn't belong here?
Say again?
Who would fit that criteria for deportation?
Illegal migrants.
I'm very pro-immigration and very not a big fan of UKIP at all in general.
People have been saying that they're unhappy with illegal migration. How do you feel on that subject?
Well, I don't think any human fleeing a difficult situation can be classed as illegal. I think there's lots that can be done in order to help those people come through in more regular routes, but I don't consider them to be illegal.
The counter-arguments that I've been hearing is people are coming over fleeing war-torn countries. What should they do?
From water, yeah, but the majority of them aren't, though, are they, to be fair?
And how do you put that across to perhaps people on the other side who believe that everyone coming over is welcome here?
Tell you what, go interview somebody else, mate. I appreciate that. Bless you.
If they're genuinely fleeing war and conflict, I believe they should go to the closest safe country. There's no war in France, is there? They're in tents in France, crossing the channel. Like I say, it's the land of milk and honey. 4-star hotels, It's just not right. It's not sustainable.
But over there, a lot of them complain about when people come on boats, they get benefits, asylum seekers. Do you think if we let the people in but remove the benefits?
Well, all they do is get subsistence when they're stuck in hotels waiting to be processed. There's no benefit to coming here.
Mentioned about if they don't integrate, what would be an example of someone not integrating?
Someone who still tries to present Islamic extremist ideas like the left wings do. People who present communist ideas because they're a danger to our society. They need to be deported. Simple as.
It's extremely dangerous coming on a boat. People don't come here on a boat because they are desperate. That's why they come here, and there are no safe routes. If our government gave them safe routes to reach this country, they don't need to take that risk. And a lot of those people, they're teachers, they're doctors, they're nurses, they're people we need in this country.
And what do you say to the people over on the Counterprotest who have been saying that these people are coming over illegally, they're doing it because there's no safe ways of travel?
If you go to your British embassy, you can apply for asylum there. If you land here for a flight, you can apply for asylum here. And not even just that. If you come here on a boat, you can still apply for asylum. But that's not what these people are doing. They're coming here, they're applying for asylum, and then they're just off to some random place and then going to commit crimes.
So interestingly enough here, the guy from earlier who got interrupted while he was talking to us came back to talk to me, and this happened. Do you feel about like the call for deportations against illegals is wrong? This is kind of a plot twist, right? Because the woman who cut me short earlier from talking to her, due to someone else giving her a nod, had now came in and interrupted this interview for a second time. Now, right before I went back round for the march, I saw a crowd surrounding someone and the police getting involved, so I decided to have a little look about what was going on.
I couldn't be a police officer because I'd abused my role so bad.
Excuse me, sir. What would the police just talk to you about then?
Who are you from anyway?
Sorry?
Who are you?
I just filmed for YouTube.
Sorry?
I just filmed for YouTube.
No.
Okay, have a good day. Enjoy your time.
I'm done. I'm going to the pub, mate.
You going to the pub?
Excuse me, who are they? I don't know. Angry's not the word, mate. British in this country, you can't say what you want.
Do you want your country back? I can't hear you!
Just really quickly, I'm going to give this next clip some context. Earlier on, some people in masks said a few words to me.
Who you have to interview?
You're sorry?
A few racists up there, you're going to interview?
We're interviewing everyone. We're interviewing every side, just seeing what everyone thinks. Yeah. Do you want to do an interview with me?
I'm alright.
Anyway, they basically stayed there the whole time, and once the march started, they began to kick off.
What's this like? Fill the gap! Fill this line here! Fill the gap! Back! No! Back! We go! Back! Citizens of Britain, today we march for justice. UKIP pledges to detain and deport the illegal migrants, the parasites, leeching off of us, the taxpayer. We have forgotten who we are, patriots. I want men to stand up and say enough is enough. My name is Nick Tenconi, and I am the leader of UKIP, and I say we take our country back. Tommy Robinson.
What do you think about what's happening, mate?
I think it's a bunch of racists.
It is time to wake up to the realities that reform have let you down. The establishment hates you. They despise you. It is only UKIP, the UK Independence Party, that will take the country back. You, sir, support illegal immigration. That makes you a domestic terrorist. Forgiveness is for those who feel shame.
Freedom of speech being on the attack is the worst thing you can do. That is the main thing for a democratic country that allows us to be able to be democratic and free and have all these wonderful things you like here. But calling everybody racist and far right over a few opinions about immigration is absolutely wild. I'm not being funny. It's been 15 since Blair. We've let in 15 million, let alone everyone before that. I personally think we've been very, very kind. We're not going to miss out on any diversity if we slow numbers of immigration down now. It's a very diverse country. I'm sorry, has no one noticed that?
Now, as always, I've reported today unbiasedly, and I'm going to leave it with you. Who is in the right? Who is in the wrong? Is there somewhere in the middle? What do you think about what's happening? Let me know in the comments down below.